Hello, aspirants. Welcome to Veranda IAS YouTube channel. If you are new to this channel, please subscribe and watch this video. If you are watching more videos of Veranda IAS, please do like and turn on notifications. Today in this video, we are going to discuss about the Union Cabinet approves conferring status of classical language to Marathi, Pali, Prakrit, Assamese, Bengali languages. That means 5 languages. We shall discuss what are classical languages, what are the criteria and benefits of becoming a classical language, and then new classical languages and their highlights. So, what are classical languages? Classical languages are regarded as the custodians of India's ancient and profound cultural legacy, preserving the rich history, literature, and traditions of their respective communities. The designation of a language as classical is intended to recognize its historical significance and its role as a guardian of Bharat's rich cultural and intellectual heritage. These languages have been essential in preserving and transmitting India's ancient knowledge systems, philosophies, and values across generations for thousands of years. Let us go back to the background. The government of India decided to create a new category of languages as classical languages on 12th October 2004, declaring Tamil as classical language. It said the following as criteria for the status of classical language. First one is high antiquity of its early texts, recorded history over 1,000 years, a body of ancient literature, text which is considered a valuable heritage by generations of speakers. The literary tradition must be original and not borrowed from another speech community. This was the criteria when Tamil was declared as a classical language during 2004. A linguistic experts committee was constituted by the Ministry of Culture under Sahitya Academy in November 2004 to examine the proposed languages for the status of classical language. The earlier criteria were also given by the Linguistic Experts Committee. The criteria were revised in 2005 as following, and Sanskrit was declared as classical language. Under what are the criteria? Let's see. High antiquity of its early text or recorded history over a period of 1500 to 2000 years. The body of ancient literature or text which is considered a valuable heritage by generations of speakers. The literary tradition be original and not borrowed from another speech community. The classical language and literature being distinct from modern. There may also be a discontinuity between the classical language and its later forms or its offshoots. In the meantime, proposal from Bihar, Assam, West Bengal was also received for conferring status of classical language to Pali, Prakrit, Assamese, and Bengali. Accordingly, Linguistics Expert Committee under Sahitya Academy in a meeting on 25/7/2024 unanimously revised the criteria as below. Sahitya Academy has been appointed as nodal agency for the Linguistic Expert Committee. First one is high antiquity of its early text or recorded history over a period of 1500 to 2000 years. A body of ancient literature or text which is considered a heritage by generations of speakers. Knowledge texts, especially prose texts, in addition to poetry, epigraphical and inscriptional evidence. The classical languages and literature could be distinct from its current form or could be discontinuous with later forms or its offshoots. Under this criteria, these 5 languages are granted with classical language status. The languages are Marathi, Pali, Prakrit, Assamese, and Bengali. Let us do a short note on these 5 languages. Shout out on Marathi. Marathi, an Indo-Aryan language. Marathi, an Indo-Aryan language widely spoken in the Indian state of Maharashtra, has a rich literary tradition that dates back over 1,000 years. Marathi reflects its people's unique traditions and values through its diverse literary heritage, encompassing poetry, prose, and folklore. It traces its roots back more than 2,500 years. Modern Marathi evolved from Maharashtra Prakrita, a dialect of Prakrit languages spoken during the Satavahana era, that is 2nd century BCE to 2nd century CE. The first known inscription dates back to around 2200 years ago, found in Nanigata inscription, where the term Maharatino was used. The earliest known literary work in Marathi was Gata Saptasati, is approximately 2000 years old and showcases the superior quality of early Marathi poetry. The Nanigata inscription is a key artifact that demonstrates the use of Marathi at least 2500 years ago. Other important references to Marathi can be found in ancient Indian literature like the Vinaya Pitaka, Deepavamsa, and Mahavamsa, as well as in works by prominent authors like Kalidasa and Vararushi. A short note on Pali language. The term Pali Bhasha or Pali language is a modern coinage and its exact origin remains a topic of debate among scholars. The earliest references to Pali are found in the commentaries of the Buddhist scholar Buddhaghosa. Max Walliser, German Indologist, suggested that Pali is derived from Patal or Patali, potentially indicating a connection to the language of Patliputra. Pali is a rich tapestry woven from various dialects, adopted by Buddhist and Jain sects in ancient India as their sacred languages. Lord Buddha, who lived around 500 BC, utilized Pali to deliver his sermons, making it a fundamental medium for disseminating his teachings. The entire corpus of Buddhist canonical literature is composed in Pali, most notably the Tipitaka, which translates to threefold basket. Short note on Prakrit. Prakrit, representing a spectrum of Middle Indo-Aryan languages, is integral to understanding India's rich linguistic and cultural heritage. According to Adi Sankaracharya, Vach Prakrit Sanskritau Shrutigiro, Prakrit and Sanskrit languages are the true vehicles of Indian wisdom, according to Sankaracharya. The renowned Acharya, including Panini, Chand, Vararuchi, and Samant Bhadra, have shaped its grammatical structure. Prakrit served as the medium for sermons by eminent figures like Mahatma Buddha and Mahavir, enabling them to effectively communicate their teachings to the masses. The tradition of Hindi finds its development in the tradition of Prakrit Apabhramsha. Additionally, the Vedic language shows substantial elements of Prakrit. The inscriptions from the pre-Mauryan period, as well as those from King Ashoka and Karavel, are primarily written in Prakrit. Acharya Bharat Muni, in his seminal work Natya Shastra, recognized Prakrit as a language of majority of Indians. Dr. Rajendra Prasad, the first president of India, acknowledged the significance of Prakrit in the renowned text Vaishali Abhinandan Granth, Homage to Vaishali, which discusses the birthplace of Lord Mahavira, Vaishali. A short note on Assamese. Assamese, the official language of Assam, has its roots in Sanskrit, with its development tracking back to as early as the 7th century AD. Its direct ancestor, however, is the Magadhi Apabhramsha, a dialect closely linked to the Eastern Prakrit. The earliest recorded mention of Assamese can be found in the Katha Guru Charit. The anglicized term Assam originating from Axom, denoting the Brahmaputra Valley, and from this evolved Assamese, referring to the language spoken in the region. Assamese was already flourishing as a language. Assamese shares a common linguistic heritage with Odia and Bengali, all of which descended from the same parent dialect, Magadhi Apabhramsha. The first Assamese work to receive the Sahitya Academy Award was Bana Fool, a poetry collection by Jatindranath Dovera in 1955. In 2023, Dr. Pranav Jyoti Dekar was honored with the Sahitya Academy Award for his collection of short stories titled Shrestha Galpa. Short notes on Bengali. Bengali, along with Assamese and Oriya, as well as Magadhi, Maithili, and Bhojpuri in the southeast zone, forms a linguistic group. Its immediate source can be traced back to the Magadhi Prakrit or Eastern Prakrit brought from Magadha or Bihar. Genetically, Bengali is derived from Indo-Aryan languages, which belong to the Indic sub-branch of Indo-Iranian branch of the Indo-European family. The 16th century marked a turning point with religious reforms led by Chaitanyanand and the sacred law fostered by Raghunath and Raghunandan. The 19th century heralded a golden era for Bengali literature, which influential figures like Rajaram Mohan Roy and Ishwachandra Vidyasagar making significant contributions. Slogans like Jai Hind by Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose and Vande Mataram by Bankim Chandra Chattopadhyay resonated throughout the nation, inspiring generations. Our national anthem, Janagana Mana, composed by Rabindranath Tagore ji, and our national song, Vande Mataram by Bankim Chandra, have both emerged out of Bengali poets. Newspapers during freedom struggles such as Samvad Kaumdi, Som Prakash, Bande Mataram have contributed to the development of this language. Steps taken by Government of India to promote classical languages. Central Institute of Classical Tamil was set up in 2008 to facilitate the translation of ancient Tamil texts, promote research, and offer courses for university students and language scholars of Tamil. Three central universities were established in 2020 through an Act of Parliament for promotion of Sanskrit language. The Centers of Excellence for Studies in Classical Kannada, Telugu, Malayalam, and Odia were established under the auspices of Central Institute of Indian Languages in Mysore. The benefits provided by Ministry of Education include national awards for classical languages, university chairs, and centers dedicated to promoting classical languages.
Veranda IAS, where your dream becomes reality.